Hi there, everyone. We are back again with another Get to Know Us interview, our message behind the music. And today it is with Infinite Bliss, whose new album was just released today. We're really excited about it. We Reach For Crowded Aboveness is out. You can find it on our Bandcamp and on Infinite Bliss's Bandcamp, and we hope you'll check it out. We have some tapes for sale. And a little bit later this evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we will be having a listening party of the album with Infinite Bliss on our Discord. And oh, my kitty cat, my kitty cat, Honey is trying to steal the show. Okay, I'm gonna bring on Infinite Bliss right now. Hey,
Oh,
how are you doing?
good. How are you?
Really good. Well, congratulations on the awesome new release.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're gonna just get right into it. I always like asking people first how they got into music first as a listener, like maybe when you were a kid. And anything you wanted to tell us about that as far as like maybe a favorite first band or album or something like that.
Yeah. So the first music I really remember like listening to, my parents listened to a lot of old R&B, like Luther Vandross and Marvin Gaye and stuff like that. So that's probably the earliest music I enjoyed, and the first like rock music that I can remember, other than probably classic rock or something. I remember getting a Linkin Park CD when I was probably like 8 or 9. So that's probably, and that was like the first time I really heard like modern electric, guitar music.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, cool. And as far as writing music and recording your own music, when did that come about for you?
uh, yeah, so a while back, it was like probably right after I got out of high school. So it's probably like 2011 or 2012. I was hanging out with this guy Ryan, and he was a musician, a very skilled. Um, he's in the classical music and stuff, and he had a bunch of recording stuff, and I knew about like old like 4 tracks, Porter Studios and stuff, but I didn't really know that I didn't have that, and I didn't really know that you can just record on a computer. I think I had like Audacity. I would do some recording on that, but just using like it would just be like guitar or something. I just use my laptop microphone when I was a kid.
Yeah.
About like Logic or Pro Tools or anything like that, and then so we would hang out and record a bunch of stuff at his house, and I was like, I need to do this by myself.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And if you don't mind me asking, I'm kind of curious. I what all do you like when you do your production for your music? Like how do you do that, and like how does that come about?
uh, yeah, I mostly do it all on the computer. I used to record like mic up my amp, but now I live in an apartment, so I just do it all pretty much digitally with Logic, which is like an Apple recording recording DAW. And yeah, I just use that, and I just use like a couple of different drum programs, and really I just kind of I tend to improvise around like loops, and then usually like more song type stuff comes out of that.
Yeah, yeah. And for those of you who are watching and seeing this later on, I'm not sure yet when, but Infinite Bliss is going to do a workshop for us about like how to record music on a budget, and we're really excited about that. It's something that'll be happening sometime, maybe early next year. I'm not sure yet. We're like still working on getting funding and things like that again for more workshops. Yeah. Okay. Well, you tell us about your new album. Like like how did that come about? I know it's been several years, right? 3 years in the making, and we're
Yeah.
very excited and appreciate that you released it with us. And yeah, anything that you want to say about the new album that you want to share with folks?
Yeah, I just I started playing music on my own after a couple bands broke up years ago, and I was just kind of doing like noise music for a while. Um, and then, at some point I wanted to do like full band stuff, and just had a hard time getting like a consistent band and stuff. And so yeah, it was probably right before the pandemic. I started um, recording like kind of heavier, like doomy songs and stuff. And the album, I don't know if I'd say has like a concept, but those are kind of 5 songs that tie together out of a lot of songs I've recorded in the past couple of years. Um, and yeah, I just once I had a few songs going, I just kind of want to have kind of a thematically linked like record. I'm used to really, I've only put out like short releases. This is the first time I've ever put anything out that was more than 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and like if nobody has ever seen Infinite Bliss play live, you really should. They're really great live. I always enjoy watching your live set. And we I know we have a show together on June 23rd
Yep.
at Castleberg. So yeah, you can catch them there then. And of course, what other shows do you have coming up? Before we get into some other things, might want to shout out some shows you have coming up?
Yeah, I've got a show it's on June 19th in Norfolk. That's where I live. And with the Russian White and my friends, Project Same Story. And there's another band I'm blanking on the name right now. But it's kind of like a doomy, industrial-y goth show. So that'd be pretty fun. And we don't really get a lot of those out here. So that's always nice. And then you have the 23rd, we've got a show. And then in August, I've got a show with Ultra Deluxe, who's great. Like queer, scrams kind of artists, like power violence kind of music. And some other band that's Christeva, and then again, Same Story, playing in Richmond as well. So, and that's on, I believe, August 9th. I have the poster on my Instagram. I believe it's August 9th.
Awesome. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so what are some of your musical influences on things that also might not be musical but still influence your music? Anything like that that you'd want to share with us?
Yeah, a big influence is definitely film. I'm a big fan of, especially like older movies where they would spend a lot of time on long shots, stuff like that. That's usually what I have in mind when I'm making a lot of Infinite Bliss's music. Less so like necessarily other music. I mean, obviously other music is an influence as well. Um, but a lot of like old films and epic kind of films like Stalker by Tarkovsky and stuff like that. So that's a big part of it. And um, for it's kind of going away now, but for a while this record specifically, I was really interested in eschatology, which is like end times sort of religious stuff. Um, so a lot of just kind of apocalyptic literature and ideas from different religions. That was a pretty big influence on this album, for sure.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, is there anything that you're listening to right now that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, lately I've been listening to a lot of Grimalkin artists, Ishtar and Quentin Barnes. They've been on my rotation a lot lately, especially today. I was listening to them a lot at work. And I've kind of been revisiting Porcupine Tree, which is like a prog rock band I liked when I was a teenager. Haven't really listened to them in a long time, so lately I've been kind of re-going through their discography. And then just a lot of weird metal music. I've been getting into Sumac, which is like it's like the singer of ISIS, which is like a big band.
Oh yeah, I'm
Um,
familiar with this.
oh yeah, yeah. Aaron Turner, who's like the singer, he's got a new band called Sumac, and it's kind of similar but even heavier.
Ooh,
And listen
I'll
to
have to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of jazzy and has a little bit of like improvisation going on. Um, and then Boris is playing, I think in like September or something around here. So that's kind of been in my head. I've been listening to a lot of Boris, and they're like Japanese. I guess it's like doom metal, but it's just kind of like
Hmm.
crazy, super intense music.
Oh wow. All right, cool. I'll have to check out some of that stuff. Yeah, and so with our releases, we always ask our artists to donate the tape proceeds to like either a mutual aid need or an organization. And you chose to donate that to Grimalkin, and yeah, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to say why you did that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a board member on Grimalkin, so I wanted to donate what I could, and just putting any money I can to helping our cause, and it's just and I guess we Grimalkin's helped me a lot, and I just want to help where I can and give back, for all that it's helped me with.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate it, and I appreciate you so much, and that you're part of our collective and our board, and yeah, just everything that you do too to help us and support us. Um, yeah, and so another thing that we are trying to do is, make changes, positive change, or alternative systems of support for artists within within music, because the music business and music industry always puts artists kind of at the bottom. And it's always interesting to me to have I think it's important to have these conversations with other creatives about some of the problems we see, and of course then try to figure out how we can make things better. But I just wanted to kind of get your take on some of the things that you feel that need to be changed or you'd like to see changed, and yeah, your thoughts on any of that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think especially in America where we're all hyper capitalism's kind of the goal for everything that anyone who has money is doing. And I think one of the big things is potentially having more grants and easier access to grants, and just more public support for music and art. There's a time where there was a lot of support for artists, and for like I guess the music industry as well. And I think we've kind of seen with COVID, like I have my own gripes with things like promoters and venues and stuff and that part of the industry, but even they can't really keep up with this rat race in the entertainment industry. And it's at this point it's almost become a non-industry, because really if you're not making a lot of money, you're pretty much not making money regardless of what part of it you're in. So we spend a lot of money in taxes, and a lot of it goes to bullshit. And as part of kind of reallocating, um, taxes and wealth, just more public support for the arts. Everything doesn't need to be a big Norva show, and or a big amphitheater show, and it would just be nice to see more support for that. And I think that in a way it kind of drives a lot of the other problems that are going on in the music industry. People, when there's only a little bit of money, or even now people don't even have money to go to shows regardless of what's going on, then it kind of just makes the rat race even worse. um,
Yeah.
so that's, I think, I know in maybe not since COVID, but I know in some other countries they do have a lot more um, access to funds for musicians and artists and people who any kind of creative or alternative work and lifestyle kind of things, and we definitely pay the government enough money to get those things without having to pay out of our pockets for it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I feel like, and as you know, I feel like we're trying to build, community and build access to resources and services and be able to, help artists, put their music out and uh, gain access to the things that they need to be creative, and also hopefully at one day we would love it if people could make a living wage, and that's kind of the ultimate goal. Um, yeah. But so going back to something a little more positive, we at Grimalkin also, strongly feel that music and art can be a vehicle for positive change. And I guess I just wanted to hear from you what your thoughts were on maybe some advice or words of wisdom or hopes for the future, or things that you are looking forward to in the future. Yeah. Anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, as far as music goes, I think, just and other any creative endeavor, just strive to make it a celebration. Music to me, and I think for most people in any art, is like a kind of celebration of life and of like the human condition. And I think now a lot of people are wrapped up with how bad the economy is and stuff, in trying to like monetize off stuff. And I think we're really losing, in America at least, our ability to just enjoy things and let it be what it is. And so I think just enjoying art and enjoying, what's going on in the present, in a way that doesn't need to be part of like this kind of hyper capitalism where every second of our lives is monetized and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then other than music, be positive and make the change that you want to see. The world's not going to get better by anyone not doing work, and by not by just hoping it gets better. And it doesn't have to be protest and activism. I mean, just be the person, be the change. That's like a kind of corny thing, but it really does start with you as an individual, and just
Yeah.
stuff. And I think a lot of people, I think it's really get kind of lost in the sauce of how horrible things seem to keep getting. And maybe they'll keep getting horrible, maybe they won't. But I just think we all just have to take action to make things better. It's not just going to happen by itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Supporting each other, trying to help each other, lift each other up. Definitely. Well, it has been really awesome talking with you, and I really appreciate you making the time for it. And everybody, we're going to be having a listening party tonight on our Discord. The link is in our link tree. And we just recommend that if you are not already a member of our Discord, that you join before 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, just because to keep the place safe, we have a little bit of rules you got to read and kind of do a little introduction before you get let in, and that could take a little bit of time. So we just recommend you make sure to do that before 7 o'clock tonight. That's Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, and again, congratulations. Oh, and go pick up a tape or digital copy of Infinite Bliss's new album. You can catch it on their Bandcamp. You can catch it on our Bandcamp. Yeah, and all that is linked in our link tree. I'm sure you got it in your links in your bio. So yeah, all right, awesome. Well, then I will see you a little bit later this evening. You have a great rest of your afternoon, and talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Grim. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.